What's up, guys? Everybody keeps asking me when is alt season, so here is a clear answer. There's one signal that's triggered every single previous alt season, and in this video we're going to discuss. So let's get into the video. Alright guys, just to set the stage, we have Ethereum on chart here. As you guys know, since April we have been in a vertical move, essentially, right? We've had little times where we kind of get into a range, but without a doubt, massive move in Ethereum. At the same time, other altcoins have moved flat, not done anything, continued to bleed, maybe catch a little pump if you're talking about like a chain link. But this is Cardano here, and a majority of the coins around the market, especially the major stuff, kind of looks something similar to this. But like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, there's a very simple signal that we can look at to let us know when some of these other major coins, mid caps, and even meme coins are going to be taking off. And that would be your Total 2 index. So if you guys don't know, Total 2 is just an index that captures all of the market caps of some of the top altcoins, including Ethereum. So when this breaks out, when this starts expanding, the breadth in the altcoin market opens up. You see a lot of coins start participating in the trend, which is obviously up, and this is when we get our alt seasons. If I could only look at one indicator, I'm not talking Bitcoin dominance, I'm not talking timing, I'm not talking any sort of other indicator that I could look at. If I could only look at one thing to tell me when alt season is here and when it's a good time to be in altcoins, I would be looking at this. There's nothing that's subjective about this chart. There's nothing that you can hide in this chart, right? When Total 2 eventually breaks out of here, the last 5-10% move that we have left, it is because there is strength in the altcoin market, and it is because the altcoin market is about to expand. As we saw in previous cycles, it took a little bit of strength here in coins like Ethereum and coins like other major coins to get us this breakout. And once we got it, this move here was completely expansionary across most altcoins. Of course, and like we discussed at the beginning of this video, it's going to be led by Ethereum. We can even see that on chart here, with Ethereum actually having to break above its previous all-time highs to get the breakout on Total 2. So Ethereum will lead, but we kind of have discussed that. We've kind of known that. It's kind of a common theme. It's kind of talked about a lot within crypto, right? Ethereum has to lead the altcoin market. It's going to drive the liquidity for the rest of the altcoin market. So when I say we're sitting here waiting for a Total 2 breakout to tell us the exact time that alt season is beginning, essentially, at the same time we're waiting for a breakout on Ethereum as well. I showed you guys videos last week about how Ethereum is not topping here. No shot. I'm not bearish. I'm not looking for tops until we get some sort of breakout on Ethereum. Am I saying the top has to come in at Ethereum's at 15K? No. It can top out with Ethereum at 7K. But I'm not willing to discuss any sort of top coming in until we get some sort of breakout on Total 2, until we get some sort of breakout on Ethereum where we're actually closing above these all-time highs that we set 4 years ago now. And just so you guys know too, I only have, 2 coins pulled up on here, but I can pull up, right? This is May of 2021. So go look at your favorite altcoins during April of 2021, see what they were doing, right? I promise you will see a consistent uptrend across most altcoins. Obviously, some outperformed others. Some didn't make new highs, some just barely tapped its all-time high, and then some went on massive rallies. But what you do see is, altcoins always trend together. Okay, when you get this breakout on Total 2, when you get the breakout on Ethereum, it's going to drive liquidity into the altcoin market, and you'll see this across all coins. Okay, I'm not saying everything is going to absolutely crush it out of the park and go on a 10x run or 15x or whatever it's going to do, but you will see this stuff trend together. And that's because, like I've mentioned, the market breadth is opening up. There's a lot of coins participating in the trend once we do get this breakout. Pretty quick video here. I just wanted to hop on and talk about the things that I'm seeing, the triggers that I actually care about. Yes, you've seen me talk about Bitcoin dominance in the past. You've seen me talk about Ethereum price in Bitcoin. You've seen me talk about other dominance charts. You've seen me talk about timing and all these things. And that's going into like a deeper level. But like I've said, if I could only look at one single thing, I would watch Total 2. It is impossible to hide the fact that Total 2 is expanding or when it is expanding, things like that. And like I said, when you get above those 4-year resistances, that is the best time for the altcoin market. That is the best time to be an altcoin investor. That's the best time to be an altcoin holder. And we are on the verge of that right now. So don't lose faith. Set your alerts. Drop an alert at total 2 at the all-time high. And just know when that gets broken, when that gets closed above, that it is going to be extremely bullish for altcoins. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.